Welcome to Hbcus Facebook Live series. This is a very special day. We have a very special guest. As you can see, my man sitting right next to me for more than 30 years, Spike Lee has been one of the country's and the world's most leading directors, filmmakers, cultural style setters. I don't know if you can see his shoes down there.
Sneakers.
His sneakers down there.
Sneaker boots.
Sneaker boots. Who's given us things like Malcolm X, Do the Right Thing, She's Gotta Have It. Who's given us great documentaries like Four Little Girls and When the Levees Broke. And for those millennials out there who stream a lot of stuff, like my crowd over here, the Netflix hit, She's Gotta Have It, the critically acclaimed Netflix hit, She's Gotta Have It, was based off of his critically acclaimed debut movie, She's Gotta Have It, which was my first introduction to Spike Lee. So I want to welcome Spike Lee in, but today,
Glad to be here.
One thing I didn't mention was School Daze. And today, February 12th actually, was the 30th anniversary of the debut of School Daze. He's in town today to talk about that. So we're going to talk about School Daze a lot. If you have any questions, please send them in. But I want to welcome in Spike Lee. Welcome, Spike.
Glad to be here.
Right,
in
good,
Atlanta, back
good.
in Atlanta.
So, okay, so tell me, you're here tonight. First of all, Ryan and I was watching the game last night, watching the NBA All-Star game, kind of getting my notes together for this. They said, hey, Spike Lee's here with his wife. I'm like, what's Spike Lee doing in L.A.? He's supposed to be hanging with me this morning. So,
well, there's a thing called the red eye.
The red eye.
So, my wife Ty and my son Jax, they took the red eye back home to New York. And I arrived here this morning, and here we are.
Okay, let me ask you one basketball question,
right.
one All-Star game question. So, how was the game, and what's going on with your Knicks? I know you're a big Knicks fan.
Well,
everybody knows you're a big Knicks fan.
Our main guy, the future of the franchise, Hbcus, towards ACL, and that's a very rough injury. He probably won't be back a year from now, and it's always questionable, you know, how people bounce back from that. And the game was great, but the thing about NBA All-Star Weekend is really a social calendar date.
Yeah.
For Black America.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
everybody's there, no
Everybody's
matter
there.
where it is. Next year it's going to be in Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah.
But just
So George's going to host it next year.
Yes. So you see everybody, and so it's like I say, so even homecoming where everybody comes to that city, and just so the game is almost like an afterthought.
Yeah. All right, you mentioned homecoming, so let's talk about School Daze. So first, tell us you're here tonight. You're going to be at the Fox tonight. Talk about a little bit of what's going on at the Fox.
Yes, we're
tonight.
having a 30th anniversary screening tonight at the Fabulous Fox.
Fabulous Fox.
The Fabulous Fox here in Atlanta, Georgia. And we had 2 sold-out screens in Banda Theater in Brooklyn. So people on my Instagram were saying like, "Hey Spike, why you dissing Atlanta? You know, you went to Morehouse and all that stuff. We shot the film here." I said, "Bet." So called down to Fox. We worked out the schedule, and I think it's gonna be a historic night tonight. What I do love is that this film has spanned generations.
Okay.
And also what's special is that a lot of people tonight have seen the film, but have only seen it on VHS.
Yeah.
Or DVDs. They've never seen it in the theater. And it's going to be like 3,000 people.
Yeah.
And also, I'm encouraging people to cut up.
Are you telling people to do the butt? Get in the aisles and do the butt?
Stand up, do the aisle, do the butt, sing, word for word, say the dialogue. Because anybody seen this for the first time tonight?
Yeah.
SOL, I'm sorry.
What's it gonna be like
if
watching?
I have it, it's like growing up. Did you ever see the Rocky Horror Show?
Sure, yeah.
Where people interact.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interactive. But from an African American perspective.
All of our movies are interactive from African American.
And sometimes that's bad. I mean, if you want to hear the dialogue, I know there were some white audience members, movie viewers, that said, "You know what? I want to see Black Panther, but I'm not going because I want to hear the dialogue. So I'm gonna go maybe next week because I know these black folks coming out, and I won't be able to hear a word of dialogue."
But
That's not a stereotype. That's 100.
Do you like people doing that in your movies? School Daze?
Not the first time.
Okay.
I was 30 years old, so come on.
Okay.
But Nah, I think dialogue's important.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah.
But we like to, that comes from church.
Yeah, yeah.
Call response.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
we talk to the screen. The funniest thing, people don't notice about the title of Get Out.
Okay.
Get Out comes from the history of black people in horror films.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
only one black person. And so you know he's getting killed.
Yeah.
So we're looking at we know Brother Man's getting killed. So we're like, get out! Don't open that door. Don't turn the. That's where the title comes from.
Yeah.
But people don't know that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They're just like, nah, get the F out. Because you're about like, even in The Shining, Scatman Crothers, Jack Nicholson has.
I forgot Scatman was in there.
Yeah, he's the one that got the axe in the chest.
Yeah. I forgot
Like, Scatman, get out.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson around the corner with his axe. Like, what? That's where the title comes from.
Okay.
I mean, that's our thing, interactive.
So okay, let's talk about the process a little bit. I'm gonna get a little geeky.
Nah, I mean,
but
good.
Your School Daze came out of a script you wrote at Morehouse
No, not at Morehouse.
At NYU called Homecoming.
Yes.
Okay. Called Homecoming.
The first feature-length script I did was after I finished, went to Morehouse class 79.
Mm-hmm.
Then went to NYU Graduate Film School.
Okay.
So the first feature-length script I wrote is Homecoming,
Okay.
which eventually became School Daze.
Okay.
But I did not. I mean, no one knew who I was. I could not raise the money, so I scraped together $175,000 for She's Gotta Have It. And only when that film made $8.5 million, only cost $175.
Okay.
So $175,000. So once I had the success from She's Gotta Have It, then I was able to go back and work on its Homecoming again, which eventually became. There's a poster there I'm pointing to, which eventually became School Daze.
Okay.
So School Daze is my 4 years in Morehouse, jam-packed into Homecoming weekend.
Okay.
At the fictional school, Mission College.
Mission College, yeah. So why did you want to encapsulate your Morehouse experience into a movie? And did you think that was a risky thing to do on your second movie? It was your first studio movie, obviously.
Yeah, but it wasn't risky. I
Okay.
mean, I'm a filmmaker, and that's why I wanted. I mean, that was the first thing I wrote.
Okay.
I knew that. I'll answer that question.
Okay.
Today, here's the best way I can answer that question.
Okay.
Today, people come up. Today, 30 years later, people still say, "Spike, you're the reason I went to a black school."
Okay.
Because of that film.
Okay.
I didn't even know they were black schools. You're the reason why I went to college. You're the reason why I'm in this job, whatever, because that film really changed people's lives.
Mm-hmm. So is that, I know you've made, Malcolm X and When the Levees Broke and all these other very important movies, but does that give School Daze another importance to you as to how it's influenced people?
And when you tell people, they say, Spike, School Daze changed my life.
Okay.
I mean, that's better in a review.
Mm-hmm.
Because, not to say that all art should do that, but when you can do some things that in a positive manner affect life, that's a great, that's powerful art, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the things, if I can give you a personal, when School Daze came out in 1988, I was a sophomore in college. I was at North Carolina Central University, which is a black college.
I see you repping.
It's a nice sweater, huh? So I was a sophomore at North Carolina Central University, which was a black college. And I remember just all of us just going to see School Daze because it was this great thing. Spike Lee, you were hot because of She's Gotta Have It. We knew you from the commercials. Morris Blackman had become this whole big thing, which I think also kind of influenced who you were.
Yes, with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, yeah. And I knew that I was going to pledge a fraternity the next semester. So this movie, and Crooklyn, Alpha. Yeah.
A5?
The first of all black Greek fraternities, founded in 1906. But
Hey, you're not lying, so plug it. It's the truth.
Yeah, exactly. But this movie spoke to me specifically because I was in college. I was at a black college. I knew I was going to pledge. So it's one of those, I think that art can also have a very, very personal, like you said, have a very, very personal effect on the person. And I always thought, I was probably more of a Big Brother Almighty character, but I was probably more of a half pint in college.
No, which one is it? Big Brother Almighty or Or half
I think
pint.
in my mind I was Big Brother Almighty, but in reality I was probably half pint.
You know what he's saying? You know what he's saying? He's no pause. No pause, huh?
No voice.
No, for those that have seen this,
Yeah.
but so funny though. We've had several anniversary screenings and people stayed in lines verbatim. But when that part came up, everybody at there said, "You ain't seen no pause." I mean, it was amazing. You know?
And I I took a course of your films at Harvard, and I have all your books over
At
there.
Harvard?
At Harvard, yeah.
At Harvard.
I went to Harvard. I went to Harvard as well. I don't want to wear my Harvard shirt, but
Thank you.
I took the course. The Spike Lee course. I'm sure you know about.
Right.
And one of the things you read about is that you wanted, and one of the things that a lot of people probably don't notice, and that She's Gotta Have It in School Days are all black cast. Everyone in the movies, and both of those movies are all black, and you had an all black crew. How important was it for you to kind of like employ and give all these people a chance? Giancarlo Esposito is kind of the first time we saw him in your movies. Who else?
I mean,
Mekhi Phifer. Just you introduced us to so many different people in your movies. These kind of Spike Lee
Do the
players.
Right Thing. That was Rosie Perez's first.
Rosie
film.
Perez, yeah.
Martin Lawrence's first film. Robin Harris' first film. Jungle Fever was Queen Latifah's first film.
Wow.
A whole bunch of people. Oh, Halle Berry's first film was Jungle Fever.
And Tracy's was her first film. She's Gotta Have It. Tracy came out with
Yeah,
that?
I mean, a lot of people. She's
Yeah,
having that first film.
Yeah.
They were unknown, but it was something that was planned. That if I was fortunate and blessed to get opportunity, that I was going to make sure that we had people of color in front of it, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and I knew it was important too because historically the union's been set up to keep us from getting a foothold. It's a very powerful medium. So that was by design.
Okay. All right. I think we have a question, and we're going to come
Yes.
back. Yeah, this is Erica, one of our producers.
One of our viewers wants to know if you have any thoughts about doing a short reunion film with the same cast, especially since most of them are still alive.
No, what we're gonna do? People have talked about that. The thing that people talk about they want to see on Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna bring. that
Not
up.
doing that.
Okay. What about Mo Better Blues on Netflix?
No, the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make School Days from a Broadway musical.
Oh, really?
And people said it already from the beginning. They said this is a musical.
Yeah.
So we're finally gonna do that.
Okay, all right. Is that because of Yeah, you're right. I was gonna ask you about that, but you took a risk in putting this as a kind of a musical with the straight nappy thing.
My mother dragged me to Broadway musicals when I was a kid. So I've always musicals. My West Side Story is my favorite film. So I've always, a lot of my films have musical sequences, segments.
Yeah.
But I just want to do a full, straight out Broadway musical.
Okay. So you mentioned Netflix. So let's talk. We're going to jump around a little bit.
Okay.
She's Gotta Have It did very well. First season Netflix.
It was my wife's idea.
Okay.
I never thought of bringing She's Gotta Have It back, and she watches Netflix and Amazon and those things, and she said, "Let's try it."
Okay.
And so it got turned down a lot of places, and Netflix said, "Let's try it."
Were you ambivalent about trying it, putting it into serializing
No, once my
it?
wife Tanya said, I never thought about it, but
Okay.
she said we should try it. That's a good idea, so let's try it.
Okay. And were you surprised at how successful it's been?
No,
No.
because I knew that.
Okay.
I really knew that there were people who saw the original film, but Nola Darling's character is so powerful that it could still work today, and so people who didn't see the film would still resonate with Netflix,
Yeah.
with this new Netflix show.
Yeah. So when's the second season coming out?
Well, we start the writers' room tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So I got to fly back to New York and we'll assemble the writers, and tomorrow, the first day, we're going to watch all 10 episodes together.
Okay.
And then come back and plan out the second season.
So no School Days, no Mo Better Blues, no Jungle Fever Netflix serial in about 5 years?
It's amazing. Like, people saw She's Gonna Have It on Netflix. They ran the IMDb and like, okay, what else can we bring from this place? Body work that could work on TV now.
Crooklyn would be beautiful.
Everybody. I mean, I don't want to. I hate to say never, but right now, we're in post of my new film. Called Black Klansman, starring John David Washington, Denzel's son, and Adam Driver from Star Wars fame. And so we're still. I don't want to get stuck too much, recycling. 30 years of stuff.
How do you keep yourself fresh? I mean, how do you keep fresh ideas and
I got, I'm not secluded. I live in New York. I'm not living in a bubble. So, New York, keep it real. New York, keep it real on your ass.
I read the New York Times magazine article on you. You spend a lot of time in Martha's Vineyard as well. I'm trying to get a place out there.
Where do you work at? Maybe you'd be able to get like a weekend in Martha's Vineyard, but a place. What they always say? Nah, son.
We'll talk after. Maybe I can.
Wait. How you working at the AJC? You're gonna spot Martha's Vineyard?
That's aspirational goals.
Yeah, I wanted to play in the NBA too. Naturally, I want to play second base for the Mets. Yeah. Anyway. Nice. You get maybe a week. We get a house.
All right, well, let me tell you what. We'll talk afterwards. We
got the spot for you in Martha's Vineyard, bro.
He got a place.
I'm saying.
I got a house there. We talking about?
Yeah, we know that, but I'm telling for Ernie, if you want to go, we got the spot for you.
We'll talk after. I'll get your number. I'll rent out your place for a weekend. I think we have another question.
We do. Pam wants to know what she should be expecting from the screening tonight, and another viewer wants to know if there's still tickets available and where they can get them.
Yes, tickets are still available. The Fox Theater, Peachtree, look it up. It's gonna be big fun. It's gonna be a historic event. It's gonna be lit, as the young folks say, right? Right? As lit, right? That's the word.
Yes.
Lit.
So let me ask you.
Spelled L-I-T.
Let me ask you something about School Daze. What did you want? Because there was a lot of stuff going on in School Daze. What did you want to say in that film?
There are a lot of things that we approached in that film, and I best it be said by the last two words of the film. Said by the great Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, people go through a body of work. Almost every film has the two words in it: wake up. School Daze ends with wake up. Do the right thing. The first two words, do the right thing, or wake up, said by Samuel L. Jackson as the DJ, Mrs. Senor Love Daddy.
Yeah. Mrs. Senor Love Daddy. Yeah. So, okay, let me ask you this question. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure you've been asked this question, but we talk a lot about do the right thing and about who did the right thing, who did the wrong thing. But also in School Daze, I think, a lot of people automatically assume that DAP does the right thing, or that DAP is the antagonist. But I like Big Brother Almighty. I know he did some really foul things at the end, but he was kind of going about his business, and DAP kept kind of messing with him.
Well,
does that make sense?
DAP, I like characters that are flawed, that are not told 100% righteousness or 100% evil. And I've stopped telling audiences what to think, so I just leave it up to their own intelligence to decide, who's doing what.
Okay. I'm a Big Brother Almighty guy, for those of you. So you mentioned how, people, even today, 30 years later, are coming up to you and say, I went to a black college because of you. What do you think your impact has been on black colleges? And you went to Morehouse. And I know you went to high school in New York.
Yeah.
Did you always know you were going to come to a black college?
Yes.
Okay.
My father went to Morehouse.
Okay. Your mother went to Spelman?
My mother went to Spelman. My grandfather went to Morehouse. My grandma went to Spelman.
Okay.
Plus, we would. If you're from New York, Philly, Detroit, Chicago, and your parents and your grandparents live down south, your black ass gets shipped down south.
Every summer.
They're like, I'm tired of your ass. I'm sending you down south. We need a break.
Yeah.
So my summers were spent between Snow Hill, Alabama, and here in Atlanta.
Atlanta was a little bit better than Snow Hill, Alabama. I
A lot better.
Okay. So Atlanta's your second home, or third home after Martha's Vineyard?
I got love for Atlanta. I mean, went to school here, spent many summers here. I was born here. I was born in Atlanta. What's the term, a Grady baby?
Oh, you were born in Grady?
Where else were black folks born in Atlanta?
No, you don't expect Spike Lee to say I'm a Grady baby.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Somebody's asked me. Somebody saes, "Where you born?" I don't front. I was born in Atlanta.
Yeah. Just like I was born in Brooklyn.
I mean, it's a record. Can't hide that. Know what I want to.
Yeah. So, do you keep up with what's going on at black colleges?
Black colleges. They're hurting.
Yeah.
They're hurting, and many of the states that have state-run black schools are still questioning the relevance. We brought that up in '88. I mean, in that film.
Yeah.
School days about the relevance of black schools, but we still need them.
Yeah. Eric
and another thing that I think is very important. There's a scene where we bring up why don't black people support black schools, and I think that we still could do a lot more.
Yeah.
To support our schools.
Yeah, the Catholics support the Notre Dame. Yeah. Eric Sturgis is one who's in the audience there. He and I just finished a series on black colleges, and we got a lot of comments. And
I mean, look at how many schools what schools are closed? Morris Brown,
Knoxville College, St. Paul's closed in 2013.
Knoxville closed.
Well, they lost their accreditation, so it's pretty much abandoned.
That's the final nail in the coffin when you lose your
when you lose your accreditation.
That's what happened in Morris Brown.
Yeah, and I was at Cheney University, which is the oldest black college. I was there a day after they got their accreditation extended for a year. So I was there a day after they were going to close. So it's 101 black colleges now. Who knows what's going to happen. A lot of people are predicting that can be down to 35 in the next 20, 30 years. So it's tough.
That's the way it's trending.
Yeah. All right. So, you have a question?
We have one more question from our audience. Joyce wants to know what your thoughts are on Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther's a bomb. I'm 100% support of it. Ryan knows that. We've had conversations, so it's a game changer.
Okay.
Game changer.
So let me ask you this question. You started in '86 with your first commercial hit, She's Gotta Have It. And it was basically you and maybe Robert Townsend, a couple other black directors. Do you consider yourself kind of like the Godfather, Ryan and Ava, and what they're doing now?
That's Oscar Michaud.
Of course, Oscar Michaud.
You got to go to the first, one. So I'm just happy for everybody, and I want people to understand that I want to succeed as a people, and especially, particularly in film. If that wasn't the case, I would not have been a professor of film at NYU the last 15 years. I'm also a tenured professor, and a lot of people working today, came through NYU grad film. The more the merrier.
So has there been a change? What has been the biggest change that you've seen in how blacks are portrayed in film since '86?
Well, it's still, we're getting... Here's the best way to answer that question. Because people always ask me, not always, but it comes up, what is it going to take to really have a revolutionary change? And I think Black Panther is definitely have done that. But just as important is that we as people have to get in those gatekeeping positions.
Okay.
These are the people that decide what we're doing, what we're not doing. It's not just movies. We're here at Atlanta Journal-Constitution. There's somebody at this paper that decides what's going to be on the front page, what's going to be in the middle, and what we're not going to cover.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
But those are the powerful positions. I mean, stuff that just happen. People decide we're making this movie, we're making this TV show. We're gonna cover black colleges. We're not. So those positions I call the gatekeeping positions. That's when I think that we'll have fundamental change. When we get in the room and able to have a voice when these very important decisions are made.
Is it frustrating? You've been in the game for 30 years. You're, you're one of our greatest filmmakers,
Thank
black
you.
or white, whatever.
Thank you.
That doesn't matter. But does it also get frustrating when you're in the room and you don't see a lot of people who look like you making decisions? And
Let me give the latest example.
okay,
When my wife and I, Ty, were trying to shop School Days. Excuse me. When we
she's got to have it.
I get it mixed up. I'm dysliptic. Keep slipping.
Yeah.
Now, when my wife Ty and I were trying to shop, she's to have it. Several places. The only place where there black people in the room was where it got made.
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay.
The other places, I didn't see anybody look like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They, for whatever reason, did not get the cultural significance of what School Days was.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
She's got to have it. Got a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So that is not that is proof to me
Okay.
that when you're shopping stuff, when you're trying to get something made, if somebody looks like you in a room, there's a good chance they'll have a better understanding of what you're trying to do, what this thing is. The other people, they didn't know who Nolan Darling was.
Yeah.
They didn't
yeah,
understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. And didn't understand, what, some of the themes were, gentrification, Brooklyn,
They just thought, there's something, oh, here he is. Dragging back his first film, Nah, it was much more than that.
So how frustrating is it? It's obviously frustrating, but
been frustrating.
you have a library of awesome, incredible work. It would seem like you can go into a room and say, "Hey, I want to do this," and they would say, "Okay, Spike, let me back up the Brinks truck."
No, I don't work like that.
Okay, it don't work like that for you or anybody.
It hasn't.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna speak for myself. It has not worked like that for me.
Okay. Well, and that's a shame. Like,
Well, look, that's the business.
yeah.
I mean, really, unless you're a Spielberg, a Lucas, Hbcus, cast like that, it don't work like that.
Yeah. So your next film's coming out this year, Black Klansman.
Hopefully the summer.
Okay, the summer. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking. Any other questions?
Yes.
You have a question?
Another question from one of our viewers asking if you think you'll ever go back to teach at CAU or Morehouse.
Well, that's a commute. And before I started teaching NYU, I taught at Harvard, which was like the shuttle from.
Shuttle, yeah.
But I tell you that, one day, I took instead of going to Boston shuttle, I took the shuttle to DC.
By mistake?
I was too tired, man. I was just, I can't. I got to teach in New York, man. I can't go on a plane to teach class. But I would like to come down for like a couple days.
Yeah.
But people got to ask.
Yeah, no one's asked. Has anyone asked? I want to ask you on behalf of North Carolina Central University, where I went to school,
All right.
to come and teach in our our program.
People ask. I'm up for it.
Okay. We
We've
get some.
got another question from Facebook.
Okay.
Pouring in.
All right.
Kimberly wants to know if there's anything you've said or done that you consider maybe too controversial or that you wish you had a do-over on.
I try to, move forward. It's not like kids growing up and you say do over. So you just learn from mistakes, keep stepping.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you've been able to kind of learn? You're married now. How long have you been married?
25 years.
Has that kind of like?
Oh, marriage and kids changed everything.
Yeah.
For the better.
For the better. Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. There's another?
We do. We're getting more, so I'll keep feeding them to you all.
Yeah, I got time.
Awesome.
Okay.
Dustin wants to know, given your time in Atlanta, what are your thoughts on the growing filmmaking in the region and any emerging young gatekeepers maybe coming out of Atlanta?
Because I think we're making more films in Atlanta than New York and LA now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, before it was New Orleans.
Okay.
And Louisiana. But I don't know. I never heard of a young gatekeeper. You got to be. You don't come out of the gate being a gatekeeper. You got to put the work in.
Yeah.
You got to put the work in. I think that's something that's very important. Young people understand that there's no such thing as overnight success.
Yeah.
There's no such. That's a lie. Do not believe that overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
But Atlanta, a lot of stuff's been shot in Atlanta. I think is great for the community.
Yeah, yeah. Every day you see trucks and people, and you know. You got another one?
I think we're good.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Well, we
Come on
went
tonight.
Tonight,
Fox Theater.
7 o'clock.
Doors open at 6.
Doors open at 6. We want you to make a lot of noise. We want you to do the butt.
Have fun.
Are you encouraging people to wear those like biker
No.
shorts?
Well, I'm encouraging everybody to rep your school,
Yes.
rep your fraternity, rep your sorority.
So okay, so how do you stay so fashionable? I was kind of nervous about what I was going to wear because I was like, Spike's going to be matching up, and you got the old school Gamma Phi Gamma jacket on, and you got the painted Jordans.
G5G?
oh, one more thing. We got time.
Yeah.
You know, we do
I'm
a
good.
podcast. As I said, Eric and I are doing this HBCU series, and one of the things we did was a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So we brought in a guy named Robert Cole. I know the name doesn't mean a lot to you, but Robert Cole was an alpha who was one of the alphas who stepped in the movie.
He's in the movie?
Yeah. So he brought him in. We did a podcast live specifically about that experience.
Mm-hmm.
What did you? I don't know you don't know who Robert is, but you know, what was it like just being on campus, working with so many kids? How excited they were about being part of this process? And it was supposed to be at Morehouse, but you switched to Morris Brown at the last minute.
Whoa. What word you say? Switched?
Kicked off. I was trying to be.
Kicked off is better.
I was trying to be politically correct.
Nah, 100.
Okay.
2 weeks after we started the movie, President Gloucester said, you got to go.
Okay.
He felt that the film was going to be a negative image of a black higher education. But the funny thing, it's not funny, but the interesting thing, no, the sad thing about filming this film, filming school days, the stuff we were addressing was happened to us while shooting the film. One of my saddest moments.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
One of my saddest moments is when I had a meeting with Dr. Gloucester trying to see if he could just think about kicking us off campus. And he said to me, I don't like the actor, the late great Joe Seneca. Seneca said,
yeah.
I don't like the guy you cast as a president. I said, why? He says, he looks too much like a Sambo.
Wow. He said that.
He said that.
Okay.
To my face. So when he said that, I said, I know what we're doing is right.
Yeah.
Because this is President Morehouse telling me the actor I cast as a president was too dark-skinned.
Yeah. Amazing.
And he's the president of Morehouse.
Yeah. And that's in all of your books. So why did you decide that was important to tell people that had happened, or what was happening to you?
The stuff that we're not making this up.
Okay.
That we're still divided. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, the wannabes and the jigaboos.
Okay. Yeah.
Good and bad hair.
Yeah.
This stuff is still with us, and that's 30 years later.
Yeah. That's amazing. That
It's sad.
Sad. Yeah.
And I remember this though. There's a woman named Abiola Sinclair. She was the film critic for the Amsterdam News.
Okay.
School Days came out. She said, I put black people back 400 years. She said this film will put black people back 400 years. And there was a lot of that. I mean, this film was not universally loved when it came out. Why is Spike opening, telling white folks our dirty laundry?
Dirty laundry, yeah.
It's crazy. First of all, when you colonize a people, the rule of one is divide and conquer.
Okay.
So, it's no secret that's happened because they put that in place.
Yeah.
After a couple mutinies, they said,
talking about Amistad.
yeah, coming from the motherland here, they said, nah, we ain't putting all these people speaking the same language.
Okay.
They cut that out. Then, on the plantation, who was in the house? Who's in the field? So this stuff is historic. It didn't just happen. It was systematically planned this way. Science. Science.
So did
mathematics.
So was Gloucester your president at Morehouse?
Yes.
He was your president while you were a student?
Yes.
Okay. So that must have been very disappointing. But yeah.
You know, Sam Jackson got kicked out of Morehouse. You know why?
For protesting, right? Or
he locked up the president.
what was going on?
That same backwards stuff in Morehouse.
Okay.
Backwards Negroes. I'm telling you.
So this movie needed to be made, or or the themes needed to be talked about, and they still need to be talked about.
Yes, but I still want it to be entertaining. Though.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, I jam packed. I mean, you know what you went, but a homecoming at a black school.
Yeah. So so you said.
So I mean, even though I came here this summers, but I never even heard of frats or sororities till I got here. We don't do that stuff in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And the stepping, all this stuff, and the pageant show, and the football game, and the parade, and the coronation. And so, we gotta put it in the movie.
Yeah. So you said it wasn't well received when you started, but now
I mean, universally. But it's grown into a cult in the last 30 years.
That's what I was going to say. Arguably, it might be. I mean, Malcolm X and Do the Right Thing, but arguably, it might be your most beloved movie, right? You think?
Nah, Crooklyn.
Crooklyn?
People love Crooklyn.
Why is that?
They would say, "Made me cry." People love. In fact, there was a contest this summer in New York.
Okay.
Where people could vote for their favorite film.
Okay.
Crooklyn won.
Your favorite Spike Lee film?
No, favorite New York film.
Oh, really?
They started this first year, New York Times.
And that was written by your sister and kind of loosely based off your life?
My sister, my brother, Joie, and Sanka, they wrote the original script, and then we came together. And their title, when they wrote it, their title was called Hot Peas and Butter, which is a children's game.
Sure, yeah.
And I came in, put my stuff in, and that's Crooklyn. No, people love Crooklyn.
Okay. All right.
Love it.
Well, they love all your work.
Yeah, but there's not all my work, but they love Crooklyn.
Okay, I think we have one more question. You have a?
I have a question, and I know my sorority sisters would want to know.
What are you?
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
What happened? You didn't make it for AKA's adult?
I wanted to be a finer woman, and that's what
A what?
A finer woman.
A finer woman?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Well,
sir.
you might be the only. What are you, Zeta?
Zeta.
The views expressed. The views expressed on this podcast.
No, there was Zetas, but the fine ones were when I went to school. AKs and Deltas.
It's a different time.
Oh,
Which
where'd you
brings
go
me
to
my
school?
question. I went to Eastern Illinois University.
Okay.
So I went to school up north near Chicago.
Oh.
So I would want to know if you did a remake of School Days, and let me tell you, we had to watch School Days before we had any line that came through. So that's how I think I probably know backwards and forwards. Would it be a remake, or would you do an updated?
No, the musical?
version?
Oh, the
Yes.
musical's gonna be a contemporary version.
Got it.
Okay.
No, it's not gonna be the same. There's no such thing called apartheid anymore. I mean that was a big issue.
Well, we got a thing called Trump now. We can.
No, I don't say that word.
No.
Agent Orange.
So what do you, I mean, we.
Oh, there are many different things.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
but I mean, it's gonna be contemporary. The same thing we did with She's Gonna Have It. We're gonna
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
contemporary.
update, yeah. I love what you did with She's Gonna Have It in terms of updating it, and I thought it was brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Got another question? You got one. You just can't sit there and not have a question.
Sorry. My brother, he's at GSU, the film major, and I was wondering if you had
Georgia
any
State?
advice. Yeah, Georgia State. I was wondering if you had any advice. For
Is that your phone?
Yeah, sir, that's my phone. I'm FaceTime right now. He wanted me to ask. So,
How you gonna FaceTime on a Facebook Live?
I'm sorry, he wants to see you. Okay.
Oh, okay. What's up? What's his name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Who you named after?
The Bible.
Not Isaiah Thomas? Just mess. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Hey, that's my boss's son. So.
Okay, so he wanted to know if you had any advice for him for
Let me ask first. What do you want to do in filmmaking? There's many different ways you go in filmmaking.
I want to direct.
And what year are you at Georgia State?
My first year.
So what's your major?
Film.
Do you write?
Yes, sir. I wrote a couple of short scripts. Not writing a script right now.
Good. I think that good. That's very good. It's a hard thing to do, but you have much more control when you're hyping it, meaning you're a writer director, where you don't need somebody else to get material. So I would say write every day, watch as movies as you can, read scripts, and make short films. Nowadays, equipment cannot be an excuse. People making feature films on an iPhone. So you just gotta attack it. You gotta shed. And shed, that's a jazz term. I mean, you have to practice. Go in the woodshed. You got every day. You got to be on it. You got to attack. You got to be focused, and you just got to do it.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. So you mentioned Oscar Michaud.
Right.
Who are some of the people that you watch now, and who are some of the influences that you had when you were coming up? Oscar, of course.
Yes. Neville Van Peebles.
Okay.
Martin Scorsese.
Uh-huh.
That's my man.
Uh-huh.
Elia Kazan, Kurosawa, great Japanese filmmaker.
Uh-huh.
So those.
And She's Gotta Have It was kind of based on some of his work, right?
Well, the premise of
premise.
Rashomon.
Yeah.
You know, where something happens and various people get their own
Different
viewpoint,
takes on it,
different
yeah.
takes what happened.
Yeah. So any other questions?
I do have a question for the director. You said earlier, like, you know, some of your work people may not have liked. Like, as an artist and as a storyteller, like, how do you, I know that, you know, being an artist, you kind of be fixated on your story and your truth and stuff. How do you get over, like, you know, not worrying about what other people say? You just focus on what you're doing and the story that you're trying to tell.
You have to have a belief in the truth you're trying to tell, and understand that there are many different circumstances that affect how a film is received, how it's released, when it's released. I mean, School Days, a lot of people late to that. People were late to Bamboozle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so there's several. Sometimes people just catch up; they get it later. 25th Hour was another film like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your film, you put your art out. You can't control how it's going to be received, and you just move on to the next film. That's why I've been able to build this body of work, not really, fretting about what these people say. Just move forward.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it also, I like to say, there are a lot of people do the right thing. There was powerful people who wanted that film not to be released.
Not to be
Summer,
released?
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Now,
okay.
it's based
okay.
on the summer because
Yeah,
they felt that this film would make black people riot.
Yeah.
So it's
And they didn't want it to compete with Driving Miss Daisy.
and what?
So every now and then I just get
No.
irrationally mad. Just once a month I get irrationally mad that Do the Right Thing didn't win Best Picture and Malcolm X. And
But here's the thing, though.
Denzel didn't win.
To win Best Picture, you have to be nominated for Best Picture.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's the Best Picture of the 80s. The whole 80s. I'm just going to say the whole 80s. It's not
We get
nominated?
extended more than that.
You got
Okay.
nominated for screenplay, didn't you, for that film?
What?
You got nominated for screenplay?
Screenplay.
For Do the Right Thing?
And Danny Aiello got for Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor. Yeah.
Lost out to Denzel for Glory.
And I get irrationally upset every month when I realize that Denzel didn't win Best Actor for Malcolm X.
Should have won for Fences, too.
Should have won for Fences, too, yeah. Yeah.
I have one last question about
Okay.
School Days. With the story, you were talking about like the subject matter of HBCUs and some of the turmoil that they experience as a school and university institution. Does it kind of like bother you a little bit now? Like even 30 years later, 25 years later, it's like you see now HBCUs are still struggling with some of the same things that you spoke about so long ago?
Oh, yes. I mean, black schools are that's who we are today. I mean, the people who've come through those schools. And if we lose, each one we lose, we're losing a piece of ourselves, we're losing a piece of our history. So,
Why is it important for HBCUs to last?
it's who we are. It's our legacy. It's our lifeblood. And somehow there has to be a national awareness or campaign to let our people know and others know that we're in a critical stage and something must be done to keep these schools thriving.
Do you have any ideas what could be done?
No.
What should be done?
Now that people are smarter than me, but I think that's somehow we gotta come with the call to action.
Yeah, yeah.
Oprah Winfrey, somebody like that. She'll do it.
She will, I hope.
I mean,
Yeah.
people listen to her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she might be next president. You want to say something?
Might be. Many people thought that that speech was.
Yeah, yeah. Were you there that night?
Nah.
Okay, okay.
What was that?
I think it was the Golden Globes. Was that the Golden Globes? Yeah, Golden Globes.
Nah, son. I was not there.
On that same kind of thought, Barbara wants to know if you were invited to the Oscars ceremony this year.
I was not invited. I mean, usually you don't get invited unless you get a nomination. But my wife and I are co-hosting an event that's given every year by Elton John
Oh, wow.
and his husband, where they raise money for AIDS. So we're hosting that. So he asked us. Elton John, he's a good guy. So he said, my wife and I, for AIDS, boom, we're in there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I really appreciate this.
No,
This has been
thank you,
great.
thank you.
If
Come
you
out
have any,
tonight.
if you have any other questions, put them in there. We'll try to answer them later.
Tonight,
Tonight, 6 o'clock. The door is open at the
the Fabulous Fox, ATL. You coming?
I would love to.
What's my mom coming?
You got a crew that's coming?
Yeah.
Give me the names.
Okay. All right. You coming? All right. We got to worry about her because she's.
You got. Where's your Zeta stuff at?
I have tons of it at home. I can just make a quick run.
Yeah. You got Zeta sisters here?
I do have quite a few.
Where they at?
They're around. Just a phone
They don't
call.
know. They don't know about the thing.
They may.
They may. Oh, I bet the alphas. I bet they gave the Deltas know. They may. That was the wrong answer. They may.
They know now.
Yep.
So tonight, 7 o'clock, Fabulous Fox. Get there at 6. Wear your college stuff. Wear your sorority stuff. Your fraternity stuff. Your Zeta stuff.
Rep your colors.
Yes.
Rep your colors.
Be ready to do the butt
Do the butt. Have a good time.
all night long.
Yeah.
Spike Lee, thank you very
All
much,
right,
brother. It
thank
was
you very
great.
much. Thank you, Atlanta. What's up?